This week we are preparing everything to set up our kind of like by the road farm stand, but it's going to be a pop-up stationery shop slash roadside community library. And then we can unbox and have a look at the new cards, and then I can also show you these sleeves that I got. Hi and welcome back to another week in the studio, and this one is an exciting one because this week we are preparing everything to set up our kind of like by the road farm stand, but it's going to be a pop-up stationery shop slash, actually this is really exciting, I don't know if I've told you this, it's also going to be like a roadside community library. So I'm obsessed with books and a lot of my illustrations are book themed, and summer is coming up and I thought, there's lots of kids in the area. Why not just set it up as half of the bookshelf is a library and half of it is my stationery shop? And that way it only, like, not only brings people there, but it's also something fun that the community can talk about and can contribute in things. And I think that would be a really sweet idea. So the first thing we need to do is to go and buy a cabinet because I currently don't have one. We also need to then paint it. I'm gonna hand paint also like really pretty kind of blue flowers on it to give it that magical, whimsy, very on-brand style. We also need to buy some books for it. So let's start by just getting the cabinet, and we're going to be making products this week, all kinds of exciting stuff. So let's start with the cabinet. I'm going to secondhand shop and we'll see what we find. There were just so many good options to pick from, and they had this one cabinet that had these really beautiful details, but it didn't have any glass doors and it would be quite tricky to actually build that in. So I actually found this one, which was really good because it's kind of combining that level of detail that I'm after and those doors, but it's still super sturdy. And of course I had to go look at the books. So I've kind of squished it into our office so I can paint it and not have to worry so much. And I just wanted to talk you through a couple different things. That was the reason I picked this, because it is such a perfect cabinet. First of all, like everything it's made out of actual wood. So when you're looking at all of the different bits, like nothing is going to be going bad if it rains on it as long as I paint it properly. So I've got a primer that I'm going to do, and that's going to be white first. I know that the wood color is lovely, but if it's going to be outside, like it's going to break instantly. I actually got a bunch of books as well. This is a little pile of some of the ones I got because they had such cute like kids books and stuff for like under £1 each. And I thought, you know, the books I put in here, they're going to be ones that, you know, of course, I would love for people to take care of them and bring them back and exchange their own and things, but it needs to be ones I'm not super scared to if they get lost. So step one is going to be to paint this, to prime it, and then what I'm thinking is we want to write like a mini library and there's like a little mini middle window on one side and like pop-up shop in the other one. So let's start by doing that. I decided to design some very summery cards as well. I know I said in my studio vlog a couple weeks ago that I wouldn't order any more cards, but I was actually looking through all of my stock and I realized that almost all of them are for Christmas because that's when we did our greenhouse pop-up. And so I designed 3 new cards and I made them specifically for like occasions, like it says like congratulations, or this one is just like a really summery beautiful card. And then I also did one that's for like a new baby, or at least kind of like kid themed. So I can't wait to show you them all when we actually have them printed. I sent them off today, so we'll see when they actually show up. I got a message yesterday saying that the greeting cards are already ready to pick up. I didn't even know if they were going to be ready for this launch, and I was kind of thinking if I should even postpone it so that I could have more like summer themed cards, because if people come to the little pop-up and there's not really anything there for them to get that they feel super excited about, maybe they won't come back. So I am so excited to go pick these up. Jeremy is going to come with me. We're going to just take the car and drive because it's super close by, just like 10 minutes. And yeah, it took them like 2 days to make them, which is, I'm really interested also because one of them does have that gold foil, I think. So we'll see how it turns out. I'll show them to you when we get back. We're back and I haven't actually unpacked it. So what I thought I would do is I'm going to set you up on the table and then we can unbox and have a look at the new cards. And then I can also show you these sleeves that I got. Finally arrived as well, and they are so nice. I tried packing up a card, so I'm gonna then take this time to just like pack up maybe 5 or 10 of each design, and then we can see how that works and what we maybe can store them in or like put them in for the display. So let's get into that and check out the cards. So there's 3 designs in here and they're all kind of like summer themed. So we just got like a protective paper. Ooh, and this is actually like the very first card. So, oh, look at that. So for this one, this is like a flowers kind of symmetrical one. And I'm really happy about how that turned out. I'm so glad that like all the colors look nice. The symmetry looks nice. It's super sweet. Like the detail in the flower is just coming out so nice. So let's fold that up. Okay, so we've gotten the next design. And this one is a congratulations card. And I wanted something that is like just for like celebration and stuff. And if you come super close, you can kind of see that like the congratulations is a little bit shiny. It's probably a little hard for the camera to pick up, but it's just such a beautiful card. You got these blue flowers. Oh, this turned out so nice. This company is always really great at working with the little tiny details. And then let's check out the final design. This one is a like my cute bear that was initially like, okay, yeah. I'm so excited about this one too. Oh, look at that. That is so cute. This company is really great at making sure that like the symmetry is really nice. So like the cut on this side versus this side. And this is so important when you have a symmetrical design. I just love this little bow at the top. You've got this cute bear. Oh, that is adorable. So let's pack up some cards. I've got the envelopes and then I've got these pockets, and I'm so pleased with these. They look just like plastic pockets, and they have this little strip here that you can peel off and then put the cards in, but it isn't plastic. It's made from corn, so I'm so happy. I was looking for this for like a year. And basically the way I'm thinking of packaging this is I'm just putting the card with the envelope inside like this. And then I'm just making sure that this bit that we're folding over is going to go on the back, because I don't want that strip to be in the front. So I'm just basically wrapping it like this. Just like that. And then we're just peeling that strip off. And then just closing that up. I also added a little detail in the back now saying that it's made from eco-friendly paper and printed right here in Örebro. So I think that was a nice little branding addition. So what I'm going to do now is just pack up a ton more cards so that I have like those kind of 5 to 10 of each design. So I'll set you up and I'll do that, and I'll put some nice music on. one other thing that arrived this week, which is super exciting, but also like it really shows like nothing can just go right when you're running a business. There's always like little things, is I ordered these like acrylic stands that I can use as like displays for my products. Now I got 3 of the ones that said that they are for A6 cards or the like C6. So I checked the measurements that they said and it was supposed to fit, but they don't fit. So like I have this one and first of all, the envelope does not fit. So I think that could be on me, like the card should fit, but the envelope doesn't fit. I think that would be something that could be on me. But even the cards, like they do fit, but you have to kind of like squeeze them in or like put them a little bit diagonally. So not an ideal solution. But since I have those, I was thinking, and actually, besides the cards, I make these notepads. And the nice thing is that they actually kind of fit perfectly. There is a little bit of extra space, which means that the packaging around it will also fit. And I happen to have 3 designs. So I'm going to be putting the 1, 2, 3 designs in here. And then of course I also have my different bookmarks designs. So I've got 4 different ones. So I'm still kind of considering how to pack these up in the best way. Maybe I'll do like packs because they are such a low ticket item. Maybe I'll do like, you know, kind of a reading bundle or something like that. But they could also fit in here. So what I was thinking is I might do this with one of them. And then I have the A4 one. And this is going to be perfect for my coloring books. So I've got 3 that I'm going to be making now just to kind of stock up. So I'm going to be putting my coloring books for adults, but I don't really have any for kids. And I thought a really fun idea now that I have these nice little pockets like that I use for the greeting cards could be to print on my thicker paper that I don't use that much anymore now that I outsource the printing of my greeting cards. So I can repurpose that and I could make like little cards. So instead of it being a book, a coloring book for kids, it could be like little drawing sheets. So because this is going to be both like a little library where there's going to be lots of kids books, it would be fun, and like a little shop, it would be fun to have something specifically for kids that they could actually have as a little kind of activity during the summer holidays. So I think that could be really cute, but I do need to draw all of those first. So maybe it's something I'm adding after I launch. We'll see how much time I have, but yeah, I think that could be a cute idea. So I thought I would show you how far I've gotten on the cabinet right now because there's still so much work to do, but I kind of wanted to spare you watching me paint like 4 layers of white paint on it, but I really want it to be super durable so that when it's outside, like it doesn't degrade so much. So I've done a foundational paint for outside and then I've done 4 layers of white paint for outside paint as well. And this is super exciting. So because we have these 2 doors, I want to have the text saying like neighborhood library, and this one is going to say mini shop. I was really like debating on what to write because I want it to be like on 2 rows for both so that it feels balanced. And this is just like 1 layer that I did to test. So this is like the foundational paint that helps the other one stick better. So I thought we could do this one together for the shop one, and then we can start filling it in and making it look a little bit nicer. Right now, like because the paint behind it is white, you can't see it as neatly or like clearly. But once there's a bunch of books in here, that contrast will be really clear, I think. So I'm really excited. Let's do that. And then we're going to be painting all of the like blue flowers on it to make it really pretty. So as we said, it is a little bit hard to see when you just got the white background, but if you imagine like all the products behind it, I think it's gonna look so cute. That's gonna be really nice. Drawing these flowers was so satisfying. I didn't have a like full out plan when I started. I was just starting to draw and kind of making it the same on both sides, so we got that really nice symmetrical look. But I was just doing like 1 or 2, stepping away and kind of looking and seeing how it turned out. And I can't wait to show you the final results. Good morning. So, actually, now everything is painted. So, I thought, why don't we do a little trial run so that once we actually put it out on the street, I know exactly how everything is going to be laid out. So, I've got all the stuff kind of like outside of view, just put in piles. So, I'll just do a little time lapse and I'll try to put everything together and then I'll talk you through what I did. So that's everything put in. There are definitely a couple things that I realized that I need to do. So basically, what I thought was I'm gonna have all the kids' books at the bottom because that way kids can actually look at them and choose what they want. Then I have this little like divider thing here, which I think is really good. I don't think I need to add it to the top. I was kind of contemplating that because I want it to be a clear like division between the little store and the bookshelf and the little library section. But I think what I might do is actually like paint a little line kind of in the middle and maybe even write something at the top or put up a little sign so that it's even clearer. But I think this looks really cute and I think it displays all the products really well. This bit here is going to have the coloring books, which I'm still needing to make. But the reason I decided to display the cards like this rather than in like one is because I want people to see lots of different designs at once so that they can see something that they like. But I think this is a great start. After all this planning and creating, this little pop-up shop is now live on our street and it has been so exciting to see people stop by and have a peek. I'll talk way more about it next week, but I just wanted to wrap up by showing you what it looks like. If you've come along for this rather long video, I'm so thankful for just sharing this experience with you. And if you're thinking about doing something like this, where you're setting up a little farm stand or a little pop-up, definitely go for it. It has been such an amazing experience. So if you made it all the way till the end, maybe pop a little book icon down in the comments. Thank you so much for coming along this week. I'll see you next time.